Hi, this is Kathy Edelson-Wolder with the Male Breast Cancer Coalition, and I'm here with Mike and Xio, and they are both breast cancer survivors, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their story. So, Xio, tell me a little bit why you, in our conversation, refer to you and Mike as one-percenters.
Well, Kathy, my doctor told me that I have a rare breast cancer, which is mucinous carcinoma, which is considered less than 1%. And he thought it was interesting that Michael, being a male breast cancer survivor, is also under the 1%. So jokingly I said, we're the 1% club now. And I got a little notebook where I keep all my appointments, and I labeled it the 1% club. So this is the club that now we belong to.
Not a club that most people would like to be a member of.
No, not a club, yeah, except for the 1% that hits the lottery.
So Mike, tell me, you're a breast cancer survivor, male breast cancer is about 1%. Can you tell me a little bit about why you're here today and what you're doing here?
Well, I'm here today to promote the awareness of men get breast cancer also. You know, it's not just a disease for women, and that us guys need to do our own self-exams and get the word out that it is a disease, or the cancer does affect us men also.
Great, it's great that you're here. When were you diagnosed, Mike? Tell us a little bit about your breast cancer story.
Okay. Well, I was diagnosed January 13th of 2017. I had felt previous to that diagnosis, I had felt a lump on my right nipple, and being that we have two of them, I was doing the old comparison, one against the other, and one didn't feel right. That got me a little concerned, and immediately I called into my general practitioner for an appointment. After he checked it out, got me over to having a mammogram and an ultrasound. That went really well, so I thought, and within a couple of hours later, I got a call back for a biopsy. So that biopsy was on a Friday afternoon, right before Martin Luther King weekend. So Monday, which is pretty quick, I got the results, and it was malignant, and that got me on the road to what do I do next. And it was on February 14th, Valentine's Day, that I had my surgery, and started on my road for breast cancer in men, and the multiple steps of having chemotherapy and radiation, and just finished that up in April. Here we are in 2018, and I'm now taking tamoxifen on a daily basis. Here I am.
Wow. Yeah. So what's it like, sort of going through the breast cancer experience together?
For me, I think I was prepared because I was Michael's advocate, so I kind of knew what to expect. In my case, I got lucky. I don't need chemo or radiation because I did a double mastectomy, so that kind of took care of that, and the cancer is no longer around. But seeing what he went through, I was kind of freaking out, thinking I'm going to go through this, but we can handle it because we handled his treatments, and I lucked out of the two of us. So.
How about you, Mike? How did you feel after going through what you went through to find out then that Xio had breast cancer?
When it affected me last year, I look back, and I was, being a retired military guy, I just kind of followed the steps. All right, what do I need to do now? I never really had any time to get emotional or anything like that. But with hers, there was time. I just felt like I was helpless. What do I do for her? But as she said, she didn't need all the treatment, but other than the mastectomy, and I was there for her and helping her along the way to recover.
Yeah. Well, it's great that you're both here today to be able to talk not only about male breast cancer, but also female breast cancer. So, Mike, if you have one message to send out to all the men out there, what would you want them to know?
I'd want the guys to know that, it is a cancer that does affect men too. Even though it is only 1% of us guys that get affected on an annual basis, you need to be aware that we are also at risk of getting this disease also. Don't blow it off. Make sure that you are doing self-exams on your chest. And if you find something that's a little unusual, call a doctor. Don't let it just linger and possibly get worse. Go see a doctor. Don't be too macho that this is nothing and it'll blow over. It's nothing that is going to put your life at risk, because it could.
Thanks a lot. For more information, visit malebreastcancercoalition.org.